Hey, hello, this is Carl with Krazy Karl Projects. My first project is just went and bought it and brought it home today, and I'll show it to you in a minute. I just went to Bedford, Indiana and picked this up. I bought it for $700. It is a 99 Kia Sportage 4-wheel drive, automatic, EX package. It actually has really low miles. It only has 65,000 miles on it. Well, roughly 66,000 miles, I should say, after the drive home. Which was only a few miles, but it was enough to roll it. It has a salvage title, and the airbag light blinks, so I'm guessing it was totaled at one point because someone set off the airbags, guessing with the dent on the passenger side. It's got a little bit of rust. It's got a little bit of a leak in the transfer case. As you can see, there's a few little rust bubbles in the back panels, but nothing all the way through. The previous owner told me that when they bought it, it was absolutely filthy, and that he did a lot to clean it, and I'm sure he did, but there's still, I don't know, they had kids, and apparently the kids had free reign because it looks like Go-Gurt. I hope it's Go-Gurt. Splattered on the roof, and it's been cleaned, but it's still, yeah. Radio actually worked, drink holder worked, original Kia radio. As you can see, the mileage is actually 66,043, and the 31 is a little bit, didn't catch. I've actually put about 34 miles on it, so I guess it was right at 36 or 66,000 when I got it. Filled it up, that's good. Check engine light is on. It's saying a misfire, but driving home, when I had what was described to me, I thought it was fuel pump. Driving home, I still think it's fuel pump, because it seems when it reaches a certain point, it can't get any more gas. The engine just can't get any more gas. So, but they've already changed the timing belt and the water pump on it, which is apparently an every 50 to 60,000 mile thing. And they had just had that done. The brakes had faded a little bit on the drive home, so I'm sure the fluid is probably original from 20 years ago, so it probably needs flushed and changed. It didn't overheat. It did really good. It stayed cool. The air conditioning is not working, but it's acting like there's no coolant, so it may be as simple as recharging it, flushing it and recharging, checking for leaks. It needs, well, it's probably going to need plugs and wires, and either a coil, if it has a coil, or more on the fire system. I've got to do a little bit more. I don't know these vehicles real well. The alignment is bad. The tires are bad. It's, as you can see, it's wearing on the outside on the driver's side and wearing on the inside on the, well, you can't see because I don't have the tails turned. It's wearing on the inside more on the passenger side, and that was the missing panel and the dent there and scratches. I said probably what totaled it and got it a salvage, rebuilt title. Everything works. Issues. This has been taken off at some point. Obviously is going to need re-glued. They used an interesting bracket. I think I can glue this back to where it goes. The electric motors don't work anymore, but luckily the mirrors are actually in a good position, so that's not a big thing. The latches all work, seem to work well. That latches itself. Let's see. This is, oh, that's right. This is key only. That's kind of a strange tailgate. You have to use the key to open it, which they gave me a ton of keys, only one for the ignition. Everything else is for a door lock. It's kind of interesting. They're dual-sided keys, and they're not dual-sided for the, this one's a little aggravating. That's a little aggravating. I bet you it has an electric release. It probably had a key fob at one time, and the key fob is long gone. But it's It's not horrible. It's got your panel and it comes with the jack and everything. There's lots of oil in it, but the pan's not rusted out. The floors don't seem to be rusted out. It just seems to be a little bubble rust on the outside. The seats are not terribly torn up. And from the way it sounds, it has stains and some filth and stuff, but it's been cleaned pretty thoroughly. It needs cleaned a little bit more. But for a work vehicle, it should be pretty good. I'll start it up. You can hear it. They cut the exhaust. I should have shown you that. They cut the exhaust because they thought it was a clogged catalytic converter that was causing the power issues. And you really notice it going uphill or trying to accelerate. And it's not. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fuel pump and fuel filter. And the keys are in the tailgate. But I'm going to pop the hood again so I can show you that exhaust. And I should leave it up so I can show you run it. And I have no idea how much this is going to get edited, so I'm sorry for the moving of the camera. And if you get to hear all of this, it is Krazy Karl's after all. But if you can see right down there, oh yeah, you can see it. The exhaust just ends right there. They've cut the pipe. And there's where the catalytic converter was. There's where the exhaust coming out of the engine is. As you can tell, it does not come close to matching up anymore. I will fix that at some point. And put a muffler on this because it's pretty loud. And I don't want to scare the horses in Amish country, which I live in. But I'll start this thing up. And you'll definitely hear that it's pretty loud. But it starts good, runs good, shifts pretty good. It kind of gets crazy when you're trying to get on it. I think it's because it's not getting any power because the fuel pump will not give it any gas. There, started right up. Like I said, check engine light is on. Airbag light blinks all the time, but all the lights seem to work. Radio works. Air does not work. You turn it on and it still blows same hot as ever. It's got recirculate though, which is interesting. And the original Kia radio, which looks like just a regular old radio, but it seems to work fine. The speakers are not impressive, but they work. I could hear it over the windows all being down. Oh yeah, and that's the other neat thing. The electric windows actually work well. Something 20 years old, I expected them all to be, dead or close to it. The power mirrors are out, but the rest of it seems to be pretty good. And engine doesn't smoke, doesn't seem to be leaking. It's got 20 years of age, a little bit of dirt and grime, but I don't really see anything that's major. I mean, it seeps, and like I said, I'm going to turn that wheel so you can see that. It's seeping around the transfer case, but the four-wheel drive worked really well. It engaged good, and it engaged good and shifted good. It actually did really well. I was surprised on that. I expected it to be locked up because it doesn't look like it's ever been used for off-road. And there you can see where the inside of the tire is worn badly. But if you can see it back there, let's see if I can turn this light on. There we go. Transfer case back there, you can see how wet it is. It is seeping pretty bad. It doesn't seem to be dripping though. It's just seeping because there's no puddle. It was sitting on gravel and it had been sitting there for a while when I picked it up, and there was no puddle under it. None at all. So it doesn't seem to be leaking in any significant amount. It's just seeping. The other thing that is going to be an issue is with the fuel tank. I've got to pull it anyways, but as you can see, there used to be a skid plate. The skid plate is mostly a rust plate now, but it's still there, and I should be able to get a replacement. But other than that, it's not all that rusted out underneath it. It is missing the exhaust, of course, but it's not really rusted out. There's a couple spots of bubble rust, and that is really the only rust I saw on it. And then back here on these back corner panels, this one's not rusted through yet. The other side I showed earlier is rusted through. But otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. The finish is off of it, but it's not bad for $700 four-wheel drive. But I'm just trying to get working for a backup work vehicle. Other than headlights and plastic and alignment and that kind of stuff, tires, it's not too bad. So I'm sure I will be seeing you all, and you'll be seeing more of this car and me, and maybe some of my other projects as this actually goes on. Hope you all have a good one.